Hey everybody, welcome to this week's list. Last week was kind of a power list. This week is going to have a lot more collector type coins and collector type price ranges. It's always fun to do both, and I always try to make a commitment to, no matter what the budget is, that you have coins that you can buy here on the Commander's list. So with that being said, let's get started. All right, bought this coin raw, 1827, mid-grade and it's kind of a higher grade, but mid-date matron head cent. This is the classic, right in the thick of the classic style of what these things look like. There were some minor design changes from the early 18 or the mid 8. Well, what is it? What was the first date? I guess 16 time frame all the way to now, 1827, and then they go to 1839. My brain's not working very well today, but nonetheless, this is what I think of this design when I think of the matron head cent. I bought this coin raw at a show. It was you don't really see these raw very often, but it has everything that I like in these large cents. Lots of detail. This color of tan, especially, this has like a two-tone look to it, which is really pleasing. It's not dark. It's not like stained like they sometimes come. This is what I always look for in large cents. This light sort of camel brown. This obverse has it, which makes it really good looking. And then the reverse has similar. A little bit darker on the reverse, but still very, very nice. There's a good look at it in that light. A little bit of like a sulfur, darker staining right here. Certainly above average for what this issue normally looks like. This coin has very few APR, really hard to find, and I am pricing it at $950. Plucked this directly from an album. It was pretty cool. Oh, I just want to point that out too, that little hit right there on the truncation of the neck. Beautiful piece for a circulated but still AU large cent collection. Okay, like I said, gonna get some really cool collector coins. 1850, one of my favorite date fonts. I love how big the 1850s are, and like even the half eagle. They're just a neat date. This is a VG10 circulated cameo. Great little type coin on a budget. It's just a perfect coin. Perfect coin that would tell a lot of stories. $75. Similar to this one. This coin would tell stories. 1835. 35 is the highest mintage. Is it? Yeah, 35 is the highest mintage of the small size quarters. Trade's about the same as the others. I always look for other ones whenever I can to just get like a little bit of a extra juice on the rarity for not much extra cost. This one though has a lovely cameo. It's got nice album toning around the edges. Very, very light line right there. I'm just pointing it out. Also crusty. Remember, a light line like that, that's acceptable on fine coins and below per the grading standards. And this piece is just in high demand. Like this lower end of the market with all of the whatnot stuff in place, it's bringing a lot of new people into the market, and a lot of people want and can afford coins exactly like this. $225. Okay, this might be my favorite coin of the group. Just back from grading at CACG. This was an NGC 58 holder. I didn't think it would 58 because it's a little bit too much on the cheek from a wear standpoint for a 58, but the luster is outstanding. The color is gorgeous. 32 small letters are, I mean, this is a type coin too. Like when you think of a bust half type, I think of 32 small letters and I think of 1826. Those are the two coins that you see the most in the bust half series. But man, this color is really mesmerizing. It's just so wholesome. It is like a painted on an autumn palette. Reverse the same, kind of a crusty mark right there, but it's not ugly by any means. Little planchet issue there too, by the way. But look at the color on the reverse as well. This coin's $1,000. It's a nice toner, and it's accurately graded too. I would not call this 58. NGC did, obviously, but I would not call it a 58. Call it a very nice 55. $1,000. Okay, what is next? I think some silver dollars. Where are they? Where are they? Oh yeah, Rattler alert. Still need to get my Maraca for you Pavlovians. 78 Carson City in 63 CAC. Properly graded. Nice coin for the grade. Little chatter on the cheek there. Little on the truncation. Just a choice coin. In a Rattler, which is always in high demand. And this coin is blast white. Not a lick of toning on it. A couple have sold for a little over 900 in the last couple months. So I think they sold for like 920 and 910 or something at Great Collections. I'm pricing this at $900. $900 for the very lovely Rattler. Okay, let's talk about grading superb gem Morgans. Okay. What do you need for a superb gem Morgan? You need this very clean cheek, which you can see there's not a mark on this cheek. You need a very clean leftovers field. Really nothing, like maybe a tiny ticks right there. And this is for a 7. You need this field to be clean, which it mostly is. But one thing that collectors normally do whenever they're early on in their collecting careers is they tend to have a strong tendency to overcount ticks on coins where you don't need to count ticks. 65s, you don't really need to be counting ticks. You need to be looking at luster. There's lots of coins that are graded 64 and 63 that have very clean cheeks and very clean fields, but they don't have very nice luster. This coin is a luster bomb. It has all of the cleanness that I just talked about. It doesn't have really any sort of frost breaks along the, especially this axis right here, this hair axis. You'll see frost breaks on coins that are lower graded. 67 should have very few. 68 should have almost none. And then on the reverse, and this is why this coin is not an 8, when you get into 8 territory, you need to start counting ticks. This is not acceptable in my opinion. The multitude of ticks right up here in this other focal area, in God We Trust, can't really get to an 8 on this coin, even though it has the luster, it has the skin, and those are pretty much the only 2 ticks on this coin. There's just nothing. Coin could 7+, it absolutely could at PCGS. It's got the look. It's an 82S, which is a little bit more sought after than the 80 and 81. And I'm pricing this coin, with all that being said, at $1,500. Easily a plus, not a 68. Just my take. All right. Another very choice high-end coin. This coin is very close to proof-like, but I think that the grade is right. I don't think that it should have gone PL. Also, you can see here, look how clean the cheek is. This coin is also a shot plus. A little bit more tickishness, but man, really nice luster and flash for an 83.0. Again, we got issues back here, probably precluding this and this, precluding from a 7. Again, 66+ in play. I knew this coin was super choice when I bought it. I expected it to CAC, and it did. $750. All right. Okay, so I always try to make this feel like you're walking into your coin shop once a week just to check with your dealer to see what they have. And this is a cool 91 Carson City Redfield, always in demand. Redfield is a classic hoard. Like, it was such a big and significant and marketed hoard that they made their own cases. The cases are highly collectible. There's different colors, there's different dates. They were graded by Paramount International Coin Corporation, as you can see. The grades are very seldom accurate. This coin is not a 5. Not a 5. Way too much chatter. Luster's nice. All this chatter going on here and there. This coin is a 3. That right there is grade limiting, obviously, right on the eagle's breast. But these coins trade for strong premiums because of the case, because of the coloring pattern that the case imparts. There's a classic look and there's a market for these. This coin is $1,950, which should be in line with what they've been selling for. 91 Carson Cities are definitely in the mid tier of difficulty, but they're not super common in the Redfield collection, like some of the other dates, 97, 97S. Okay, probably gonna get tired of me talking about how nice these coins are, but I picked them especially to talk about PQ Morgan dollars. This coin is graded 65 CAC. I CAC'd it. Didn't think there was a chance to get a gold CAC because it's not like a 66 plus, but this coin is a 6. All day, every day, it's a 6. I'll crack the coin and send it at A&A. If it doesn't sell here, pricing it at $500, which is right at like 6 bid, maybe a little bit below 6 bid. Very, very silky piece. It's got this kind of classic 1903 look to it, by the way, which is like better than like an 04S, which kind of comes greasy. This is like in between. I don't even know what I would call this. Silky? It looks like silk, like shimmers like silk. Pretty decent strike. 03s vary. And OGH and CAC, $500. Crack that coin all the way. All right. Where are my piece dollars? There were 2. Oh, here they are. Piece dollars have been really hot lately. I've been selling quite a few of them. And here are a couple that I got back from CAC. Okay, 25S's. You want to talk about a coin that just does not come very nice. 25, if this coin was in 65, this coin would be like multiple orders of magnitude higher. So probably 100 times higher than what I'm asking for it. It's a decent piece. Above average for what they come, believe it or not, even in 63, and this eye appeal wise. This coin is original. It's got a nice look to it. I could see NGC calling it a 4. I think CAC got it right, to be honest. Again, back to that luster that we were talking about. 25S's need luster, and a lot of times they don't have what they need in order to get to that high, and they tend to be poorly struck. They tend to take lines very strongly. But anyway, just a cool piece, and one that is going to not break the bank. It's not white, which does not help the coin, to be honest. Collections and collectors and the market generally wants white, but nonetheless, I like it, and for a purist look with some nice pastel toning, this coin's $500. Okay, now this coin is white. Very nice white. So this coin has a lot more ticks than that other one. You can see them compared to the 25S, but is an absolute luster bomb. Weaker strike than the 25S. Yeah, the NGC would call this coin a 4. I think it's right. It's a 3 CAC. Should really not be a 4. PCGS might even call it a 4, given how much luster is. A lot of chatter going on up here too. You can see. I agree with CAC on this grade. Read mark right there, double read mark, but a real luster bomb and a pretty piece. Flash means everything, guys, especially in lower grades. $275 for this lovely 26S. And then finally, keeping in the coin shop, let's see if I can zoom out far enough for this guy. A lovely $1,000 bill. Who doesn't need a $1,000 bill? Extra fine 40. Exceptional paper quality. It's got a nice look to it. Sorry, I'm too zoomed in here and I don't want to zoom out because I'm afraid I'll knock the camera over. I've done that so many times. $1,000 bills are one of those things where they're a curiosity to people even that don't like numismatics. Like you show this, you know, to your grandkids or your kids or, you know, friends, and they're like, oh my gosh. A lot of Gen Zers and millennials don't even know that these notes were even made. 1,000 and a 500. Everybody should have one. This note is $5,150, EBQ, no comments, 5150 to close out a cool commander's list. If you like what we're doing here, folks, please hit the subscribe button. Tell other people about it. I love doing these videos. They're a labor of love, and I love that we have a record now for multiple years of commander's lists. So until next week, happy hunting.